Have you ever formulated your natural skincare products or even hair care products and then find that after some time you find the product covered in mold, bacteria, or you see your product actually growing microorganisms on top? Or are you the type who makes products and then when you give it to people they complain that your product is not working as you want it to work? Or are you the type who constantly makes products and then your products end up working contrary to what you want to do? When I say contrary, I mean negatively, contrary to the way you want the product to work. If this is you, then you should watch this video to the end. I'm Somi, the creative director at Somi's World, and in this video I want to show you 10 reasons your natural formulations are not working. When I first started out in this formulation journey, I faced a lot of challenges. I had a lot of issues, and one of my goals is to make sure that budding formulators do not go through the same stress that I went through, and to make sure that I hold enough hands to make your formulation journey easier. So let's get started. Number one reason why your natural formulations are not working the way you want them to work is that you are following the art and leaving the science behind. Formulation is a blend of science and art. The art covers the aesthetics of the product, how the product looks, how the product smells, and the science part covers how you put your ingredients together to ensure that your product will do what you want your product to do. However, I realize that a lot of times people follow the art and leave the science behind. Oh, it sounds nice, carrot lotion or coffee scrub. However, one example I'm going to say of following the art and leaving the science behind is people who make infused oils with make orange peels or orange infused oil, and they say, oh, I made orange oil and this should contain vitamin C, or this orange is rich in vitamin C. Yes, orange is rich in vitamin C, and you can infuse the peels, make an oil infusion of the orange peels. However, you won't be getting vitamin C from that because vitamin C is not oil soluble. Likewise, coffee scrub. A lot of times I see people say, oh, I make coffee scrub, coffee for cellulite, coffee scrub for to help to improve the appearance of stretch marks. And I'm like, how did you make this coffee scrub? And I find that, oh, you used coffee and oil. I'm like, it's not going to do anything because the active ingredient in that coffee is the caffeine, and the caffeine is not oil soluble. Now, you have actually taken the art along with you, but you've left the science behind. So you should know why every ingredient is working the way it's working. Research every single ingredient you use in your formula. Right? Don't just take what anybody tells you, hook, line, and sinker. Number two, not taking your time to understand the substrate you're formulating for. This is something that I find that a lot of times people ignore. You're formulating for the skin. You should take the time to understand how the skin works, the basic anatomy and physiology of the skin. You don't have to be a doctor, but you should take your time to know how the skin works. Research factors that trigger different skin conditions, know the different skin types, have a basic knowledge of how the skin works. I find that a lot of times people don't do this. That is why people can come out and claim that their products will lighten in 1 week. If you understand that the melanocytes produce the melanin pigment is what's responsible for giving our skin its color, and that these melanocytes are found on the basal layer of the skin. The basal layer is found on the epidermis. Now, if you understand this, you will not come and claim that your product will lighten in 1 week because our skin has a cycle through which it follows. So you need to take your time to understand how the skin works. Check the anatomy and physiology of the skin, factors that trigger different skin types, different skin conditions. That way, you'll be able to craft your product to work for the skin type and skin condition you're formulating for. Number three, not identifying with a niche. This is one reason your natural formulation is not working because you want to formulate for everybody, which is not possible. Different people have different skin types and different skin conditions. In fact, everybody, you'll hardly find somebody who has just oily skin. Sometimes you'll find that two people will have oily skin, but one will work for this person, one will work for that person. That's why you have to take your time to understand, identify with a niche. Identify with a niche. Now that way you'll be able to narrow your formulations down to suit the people you want to formulate for. Now, I made a video on making effective oil blends, and in this video I talked a lot about skin types and how you can choose oils to suit the skin types you're formulating for. If you're interested in this video, wait till the end of this video, and then I'll tell you how you are going to get this video. Now, number four, the first reason why your natural formulations are not working is that you take every info you find on Google, hook, line, and sinker. And this is one mistake. I even made the mistake when I started, and this is why I tell budding formulators, not everything you find on Google is right. When it comes to Google, on Google you'll find that you can make your own sunscreen, or add beeswax, add shea butter, mix it up with zinc oxide, and then you have your sunscreen. If it were that easy, then anybody will be making their own sunscreens by themselves. You cannot make sunscreen products at home, but you'll find a lot of sites on Google telling you or teaching you how to make your own sunscreen at home, which isn't possible. On that same Google, you'll find that, you can use oils as your sunscreen, sun protective factor, but this is not something that is feasible. On that same Google, you'll find that you should use baking soda to scrub your face, but you shouldn't be using baking soda to scrub your face because the pH of baking soda is so high, it's going to disrupt your skin's acid mantle. So you see that not everything you find on Google is correct. Take your time. If you're going to do your research on Google, take your time to read only science-based sites that base their writing, they have science-based background. That way, you know that what you're saying, what you're reading is actually backed up by science. Now, number five, the fifth reason why your natural formulations are not working. You're not taking time to learn the basics of formulation. Now, this happened to me that was last week. Somebody buzzed me and she was like, Somi, I want you to teach me how to make products for stretch marks. And I asked her, have you made natural products before? She said no. I said, are you a formulator? She said no. And I'm like, okay, what do you want me to do for you? She said, I just want to learn how to make products for stretch marks. I'm like, I cannot teach you how to make products for stretch marks because you have to learn the basics of formulation first. Learn to make a stable emulsion. Learn to make a stable basic toner. Learn to make basic products first before you now take it a step further and start using high performance ingredients. You don't want to use high performance ingredients, active botanicals and active ingredients in your formula, and you end up having a failed emulsion. That happened to me when I first started out, and then I wasted a lot of money because I'll take ingredients, expensive ingredients, and because I want to make a lotion, I didn't even take my time to learn how to make a stable emulsion. I just used the active ingredient and I made an emulsion, and the thing ended up separating. Of course, I have to throw that product away, and my money wasted. And so that's why I'm telling you that you have to take your time to learn the basics of formulation before you run. Learn to crawl, learn to walk, then learn to run before you can then fly, right? So the sixth reason why your natural formulations are not working is that you want to make bobo niche. You're using 1,001 ingredients in one formula. Now the key to formulation is keeping it really simple. Keep it really simple. You don't have to make a very complex formula. In fact, nature itself is simple. Nature isn't complex. You don't have to make a very complex formula. But I find that when you see, sometimes some people come to me and like, Somi, I want you to review my formula. And I'm like, okay, bring the formula. And sometimes people are like, those people complain that when they use this, it burns them, or it gives them some sort of irritation. I'm like, okay, bring the formula. And when I see this formula, I'm like, why won't this product irritate somebody's skin? Because you're using 1,001 ingredients in one product. That doesn't guarantee that product is going to work. As a matter of fact, the more you add the ingredients, the higher the chances that you might give or people's skin might react to it. So keep it simple. When using your ingredients or when you want to start formulating, start experimenting with one ingredient at a time. You don't have to add a lot of ingredients in your formula to make it work. Know why you're adding every single ingredient in the formula. Don't just add anything because, this will help, or let me add this. I'm making products for anti-aging. I'm going to add this. I'm going to add that. I'm going to add this. I'm going to add that. Know why you're adding every ingredient. Be intentional. Now, the seventh reason why your natural formulations are not working is that you are using the right ingredients the wrong way. You are using the right ingredients. The ingredient you're using is actually right, but you're using it the wrong way. One example of this is the licorice extract, that white licorice, that everybody calls it white licorice. Now, when it comes to licorice root is made up of, or it has a lot of phytochemicals. It has glabridine in it. It has licitine in it. it has glycyrene in it. Now, these phytochemicals work different. In one plant can have 1,001 phytochemicals in it, and they have different ways that they work. Now, this white licorice you're getting, is your supplier telling you what exactly it is that you're getting? Are you getting dipotassium glycerate, or are you getting glabidine? Now, the same licorice has skin lightening properties. Licorice has anti-inflammatory properties. How are you sure that the licorice extract you're using is not the one you're using to make a skin brightening cream, is not the one that is needed for to help suit the skin? So the thing is, most times people use the right ingredients the wrong way. Another example of using the right ingredients the wrong way, of course, you're going to find this in the class I told you about, the free class I told you about, making effective oil blends. You can choose an ingredient, you can choose a good ingredient, but if you're not using it the right way in the formula, you're going to get the wrong result, right? So another example is using BTMS 50, if you're going to use BTMS 50 as a emulsifier, and then using xanthan gum as a rheology modifier. These two ingredients will not work because their charges are different. BTMS 50 is cationic, and then xanthan gum is an ionic. They're going to cancel each other out. They will not work. So know why you're adding every ingredient to your formula, and take your time to research to make sure that those things are compatible. Number 8, the thing is not paying attention to the dose. The 8th reason why your natural formulations are not working is that you're not paying attention to the dosage. The poison is in the dose. The poison is in the dose. Take your time to research your ingredients. Now, you don't have to, you have to know the usage rate of every ingredient. There are bodies that are there responsible for telling or showing you the usage rate of the ingredients. That's why you have to even have a reputable supplier. If your supplier is not telling you the usage rate of the ingredient she's giving you, or he is giving you, or he's not telling you the solubility of that ingredient, or he's not telling you the temperature at which that ingredient is going to work, or he's not telling you the pH, the optimal pH of that ingredient, then you shouldn't be using that supplier. Then you shouldn't be using that supplier. Pay attention to the dosage, right? So using a good ingredient at the wrong dosage can actually result in a disaster. So this is the issue I have when people say, oh, 7 tablespoons of alpha-arbutin. I'm like, are you kidding me? 7 tablespoons of alpha-arbutin. Alpha-arbutin is supposed to be used at 2% max. You use 7 tablespoons. Do you have any idea how much that is? So you need to take your time to research your ingredients and know their usage rates. That way you won't be doing more harm than good, right? And that brings me to the 9th reason why your natural formulations are not working. You're not using reputable ingredient suppliers. If you don't have a good supplier, your product can never be better than the ingredients used in formulating them. It's not possible. Your product will only be as good as the ingredients used in formulating them. You have to take your time, research your supplier. Not everybody you find who, and the sad part of it is that all over the internet that you find people saying, oh, they sell organic ingredients. Talking about organic and natural, these are two different terms. I'm not even going to go into that. But take the time to research your supplier. Ask questions. Is it telling you the usage rate of the ingredient? Is it giving you the expiry date of the ingredient? What is the powders or the oils are already rancid, or what you're using is already expired? Is the person telling you, is the person storing that thing properly, your supplier? Of course, you see some people, they sell essential oils in plastic containers. How possible is that? How would you be selling essential oils in a plastic container? So a lot of people sell fake ingredients. A lot of people don't even know what it is they are selling. So you need to make sure that you're getting your ingredients from a reputable supplier. The 10th reason your natural formulations are not working. 10th, the last but not the least reason, in fact, it's very important. Reason your natural formulations are not working is that you're making the right formula with the wrong technique. You are making the right formula with the wrong technique. Very important. I posted this some weeks back on my Instagram page that the technique in which you follow to make a formula is really, really important. Now, the thing is, when it comes to technique, a lot of things are you'll be taking into consideration. The temperature of addition, the pH, the solubility. Now the thing is, that's why I feel that nobody can really copy you. Even if feel free to put your ingredients on your label. Nobody can really copy you except to tell the person give person a detailed description of your processes. Nobody can really copy you because technique is really, really important. Technique is really, really important. Now, adding a heat-sensitive ingredient at the heated phase can actually destroy that ingredient and make it not to be ineffective. Now, in your mind, you've added that ingredient, but the temperature at which you added it was wrong, and then that ingredient will not work in that product as it ought to. Now, another thing about technique is I found out recently about this. I was working with 2 surfactants, and I used 2 different methods. Now, in the first method, I added the first surfactant first. I added everything together, and the shampoo I was working on was still very, very light. When I mean light, it was not viscous, it wasn't thick, it was still really watery. However, I changed my technique and I added one of the surfactants as the last ingredient. And when I did that, I found that my shampoo came out thick. Now that shows you that technique is really, really important. Take your time to, and you cannot know those things except you take your time to learn the basics of formulation, learn how to make stable products first. If you don't do this, you won't be able to learn techniques. And the thing is, every formulator has his or her processes. That's the thing. You need to take your time to develop yours. So, technique, check your pH of addition, check your solubility. Really, really important. I find some people, somebody told me, oh, she added niacinamide to her body butter. And I'm like, really? Niacinamide is water soluble. How on earth did you add it to your body butter when it's not an emulsified butter? How is it supposed to work in that product when niacinamide is water soluble? So, check your solubility. Check your pH. Check the temperature of addition. Check everything. Make sure that everything is working in sync. That you're using the right technique to get with the right formula, right? So, I've come to the end of this video, and I hope that you've learned a thing or two. Now, take your time to go through all the points that I've made. If you are the type who makes some of those mistakes, I hope you change and make necessary adjustments, right? So I said I recorded the video. I have a free video for you. If you want to learn how to make the effective oil blend, so that you're a beginner or you're an intermediate formulator, comment below this video or click the link below. Comment, write effective oils. When you write effective oils or you click the link below, the video will be made, or how you get the video is going to be made open to you, right? So thank you once again for watching this video. Until I come your way next time, keep being natural and keep improving on your processes so that you will be dishing out kick-ass formulations to your customers. Thank you for joining me.